So the Golden Globes were last night, so we called in our favorite film critic, Ryan J., to talk about some of the surprises and what they will mean from once it comes to Oscar night, which is also coming up. Hey, Ryan, what's going on?
Buried in award season right now. It's all going on, you know?
I know, and you got a busy week. You leave for California tomorrow, right?
That's right, and I'll be meeting up with Tiffany out there, and we'll both be going to the Critics' Choice Awards. She's joining me this year, so I'm super excited for that.
So fun! Tough assignment,
What a great experience!
We'll have a good time.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about fashion in just a couple of minutes with Faye, but first let's talk a little bit about the movies from last night, specifically how you think this compared to last year's Golden Globes.
You know, last night was kind of a mess when it comes to the show. Technically, things were all over the place. The delay was off. The prompter was down. I feel like a 13-year-old with an iPhone could have done a better job shooting the show.
Or just anybody who's ever planned a wedding.
Totally.
Could you, how did they not know, without giving away or spilling the beans, you could have sat people not in the second level, and then everybody's got a wedge between.
Very long walks.
I mean, Robert Redford is not going to scoot his chair up for you. He doesn't need to. But I mean, honestly, it was like,
exactly.
People didn't even realize they were in the way. But
it's true. It's true. It was a mess. Just the production was a mess last night. But Tina and Amy are always fun, so that was a good time.
You did like them?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I thought they did a nice job. Their chemistry is genuine,
Absolutely.
and they're actually funny.
Totally.
And I think they also take part in the writing. So I think when you're part of the content, it comes across
and
much
the Golden
better.
Globes is so much about stand-up now. You know, there's so much comedy. The first 6 minutes were all comedy about the nominees, and it worked.
Were there any wins that were particularly surprising to you?
Yeah, actually, because though this is a real race this year, there's so many good movies and so many great performances, there were front runners. So for example, in the Best Supporting Actress category, Jennifer Lawrence won. And that was really surprising to me because I really feel like Lupita Nyong'o for 12 Years a Slave could have won and taken that award, and she was really the favorite to win. And then here we had Jenny Law winning.
Jenny Law. I mean, she's kind of like the it girl right now, you know?
She sure is. She sure is. And then there's also Amy Adams, who won Best Actress Musical or Comedy for American Hustle, same movie, but she beat Meryl Streep. And it's really interesting because Amy's been nominated a lot. She's never won before. I loved her speech, one of the best speeches of the night. Really emotional.
So she beat out Meryl Streep.
For August Osage County, right.
Which she's in with Julia Roberts. So this, I mean, that's surprising to me. I haven't seen the movie yet, and American Hustle is kind of the one that people are talking about lately. Like, this is the one people really want to see before the Oscars.
Yeah, it has well, at least for the Critics' Choice Movie Awards on Thursday, it has the most nominations. And coming up to the Oscar nominations, which are going to be announced this Thursday morning, it seems that American Hustle and 12 Years a Slave will get the most nominations again.
What about director for Golden Globes?
Right. Well, what's really interesting in the history of movie awards shows is that Best Director tends to go along with a film that wins Best Film. And last year it didn't happen at the Oscars when Ang Lee won Best Director, but then Argo won Best Picture. This year, last night now at the Golden Globes, we had Alfonso Cuarón winning for Gravity, but then Gravity didn't win Best Picture. So, you know, we had American Hustle and 12 Years a Slave. So it's really interesting, and that could repeat again at the Oscars. We could see Alfonso win because he was such a visionary, and what he did with Gravity is so groundbreaking and amazing. And Gravity is still a front runner for Best Picture at the Oscars as well, but it looks like it's mostly probably going to go to 12 Years or American Hustle.
I agree with you, though, about Gravity. I mean, it was groundbreaking. I mean, in the way movies haven't been maybe in a long time. I mean, this one definitely
was a game
stands
changer.
out. Totally. I totally agree with you. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about Diane Keaton because I said this to Sandy this morning. She's somebody who I feel like is always so true to her own style. I love that about her. What about her speech? What did you think of it?
I loved it. She did this great tribute to Woody Allen, who couldn't be there to accept his Cecil B. DeMille Award, and I thought she was so incredible. It seemed that as though she had the entire thing memorized.
She did a fantastic job.
Right? She made so many great points commemorating him, but then I love that she even sang at the end, and clearly she's not the world's greatest singer, but it was such a sweet and true moment, and it also made me miss any kind of musical performance in the show, which we usually get a lot of during the Oscars or the Grammys or other awards shows, but it really made me miss that musical component.
Yeah, listen to her.
The old one is silver and the other's gold.
So sweet.
I thought that was adorable.
touching.
I love that. What's your beef with the categories with Golden Globes?
This is what, this really annoys me with the Globes, that they separate for the movie categories the dramas from the musical and comedies. And in this case, as is last night, like Wolf of Wall Street and American Hustle, those are not comedies.
Neither is August Osage County.
Exactly, exactly. You know, so it's kind of unfair. I feel like the Golden Globes needs to kind of like enter into the future and join up to, catch up to the rest of the movie awards industry and just have one Best Best Picture, one Best Actress, one Best Actor.
It just seems like it means more too if you have just the one
Exactly,
category.
exactly.
You know, we're going to give people the information for your Facebook page as well as your website. What are people going to be able to find this week as you go to Critics' Choice, and the Golden Globes have now happened, and we look forward to the Oscars?
Well, this Thursday on the show here, hopefully Tiffany and I will be live via satellite from LA on your show, promoting the Critics' Choice Awards that night. And then we'll have all the winners from the Critics' Choice Awards on my website, and, you know, the Oscar nominations to announce and everything. So lots coming up in the next couple weeks.
And you're great about posting both on Twitter and Facebook, so be sure to check